Blackstone Audio presents Jihad Academy, The Rise of Islamic State by Nicolas Hénin, translated by Martin Mackison. This book is read by Malcolm Hillgartner. I am not afraid. The reader may be surprised not to discover in the following pages the story of my captivity. Of course, I could have written the usual book describing my capture by masked Islamic State militants in a street of Iraq, Syria, on 22nd June 2013. I could have told of my 10 months as a hostage alongside 24 Westerners, including the Americans James Foley, Stephen Sotloff, Peter Kassig, and Kayla Mueller, Britain's David Haines and Alan Henning, and Russian Sergei Godrunov, all of them killed by their captors, who were also mine. I could have recounted the boredom, the fear, and the suffering during the months I was deprived of my freedom, and finally my release in April 2014, after the negotiations conducted by my government. But the truth of the matter is that during these months I did not stop being a journalist. Once free, I soon felt shocked, not by the cruelty of the ordeal I had undergone, but by the mistakes made by the entire international community, which had led the Middle East I love to such a momentous tragedy. I was stunned by the fact that these mistakes were being repeated again and again. When we fail to learn from history, even from the most immediate past, history exacts its revenge and returns to haunt us. Telling only the standard tale of a casualty of terrorism, drawing the reader's attention to the ordeal endured, would have gone against my own beliefs. What I went through was a nightmare. Yet this nightmare is nothing compared to the scale of the tragedy being suffered by the people of Syria and Iraq. It is the great powers who have manufactured the conditions for this nightmare to come true, and who, at home, are creating the lost fanatics who are willingly set off to fight in a war which is not theirs and whose issues they cannot grasp. The world seems paralyzed by fear of the people who took me hostage. These people are selling us a myth in which they want to appear as super-terrorists, a new, ultra-powerful generation. And we buy this myth. The world sees them as the very embodiment of evil and barbarity, wants to confront them, fight them. This is what Islamic State want, to drag the West onto its terrain. But I am not afraid. I know where these lost youths come from. I know their weaknesses. And I know, above all, how to deconstruct their myths by draining the mire that produced them. This is what this book aims to do. It was not accident, madness, or providence.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?